Alright guys, well I'm back today with a video discussing everything you need to know about 9mm suppressors. I've been doing a lot of suppressor reviews and suppressor content, especially in 2025, because the wait times for suppressors and the process to acquire one has never been simpler. I actually have a full video on a suppressor buyer's guide on what to expect in 2025, but the great thing is the Hearing Protection Act actually passed the House and is moving to the Senate, so you guys need to do your part to call your senators and let them know you want suppressors off the NFA because you want to protect your hearing. With that out of the way, check out the older videos, but let's get into discussing 9mm suppressors. And there's a lot of advantages to picking up a 9mm can, especially for one of your first cans. Now, the great thing about 9mm cans is they're going to have the basic 9mm pistol cans widely available from almost every single company that makes suppressors, and they've gotten real reliable, very quiet, and there's even low back pressure cans like this Dead Air. On top of that, they also have very modular cans, and you were looking at one right here. You can see the seam, which allows this can to break in the short configuration or fully assemble into a long configuration. And on the end, you have the standard 1/2x28 pistol booster built into the can itself. And if you're unfamiliar, suppressors on most pistols will require a Nielsen device, a booster, or a piston, depending on what you want to call it. And that is a spring system that attaches through an end cap and a actual piston itself, allowing it to slightly move and slide with the recoil of the pistol, allowing that pistol to fully operate with the lock breech system and the Browning tilt lock barrel system to make a pistol function. Now, one of the first things I want to mention is that most of those pistols you can actually buy a fixed barrel spacer for and replace the spring on the booster, and now you can run this on fixed barrel 9mm rifles and a few others, which we'll talk about in a second, including some lever guns, which is pretty cool. So right off the bat, 9mm suppressors can be incredibly modular, whether it's on a 9mm handgun or a fixed barrel 9mm rifle. And we've already talked about the modularity of short and long configurations, and here's another very compact suppressor from Rugged. This is the Obsidian 9 in the K configuration. Now, a lot of these cans that you're looking at right here are either going to be a traditional baffle stack like this or a low back pressure stack like that, and all of them are going to work great on handguns, but not all of them are necessarily going to be FA rated and quick shot succession, and not all of them are going to be ideal for something like a pistol caliber carbine. In comes pistol caliber carbine cans that can be used for pistols, but are really designed, in my opinion anyways, for pistol caliber carbines or pistol caliber pistols in the case of this MP5 pistol, like the Dead Air Wolfman. This is stainless steel construction, solid welded can, and this also accepts a wide variety of end caps, including a tri-lug end cap. Now, because of YouTube's policies, I can't remember what I can and can't show right now, so I'm not going to do that on camera, but I will show you the tri-lug adapter on the end of a pistol caliber carbine like this MP5. Now, tri-lug is absolutely king for mounting your 9mm suppressor to something like a pistol caliber carbine, like an MP5, CZ Scorpion, and you can buy 1/2x28 tri-lug adapters that thread right onto the end of the 1/2x28 threads, and now you can tri-lug adapt your pistol caliber carbines, but this will not work on pistols because, again, you need the Nielsen device. So this is another great advantage of finding a 9mm suppressor. You can run that with the tri-lug system, and you can see how quick it was to take off, or at least you can't see. You can get an estimation of the time and how quick it is to put back on without ever worrying about this coming loose if you have everything torqued down to the proper spec. So a real nice addition there. There's also a lot of other companies that are making Inconel cans or stainless steel and Inconel cans like YHM. Now, this is the YHM R45, but the R9 is very similar, and this is actually rated up to a 5.56 or even a 308, which is pretty awesome. Now, it can't really handle short barrel 5.56s or insane rates of fire, but this is going to be an incredibly robust, durable can. But the weight of this can makes it very difficult to use on a traditional handgun. So let's recap really quickly. You've got the lighter weight pistol cans that can be adapted with fixed barrel spaces for rifles, 9mm rifles. You've got those kind of in-between cans like this guy right here, which is going to be a little bit more heavy duty, really designed for 9mm rifles, but can be pretty easily adapted back down to pistols. And then you've got the insanely durable 9mm cans like the YHM R9 that can handle rifle rounds, but aren't great for pistols. Now, the other thing I want to talk about is lever guns, so let's cut to the range real quick. So the other great thing about a 9mm suppressor is you can run it on a lever action 357 Magnum rifle with a threaded barrel. And when you run 38 Special, it's actually subsonic. This is a closed breech gun, meaning it fires when the action is locked closed, so all of the gases come out the end, and with that subsonic round, it is nearly silent. A lever action is an absolute blast to use with a 9mm can, and all you have to do is put that fixed barrel spacer like we talked about earlier inside the can, and now you're good to go to run it on a lever action, provided your caliber rating in your can is rated for 38 Special, which pretty much all 9mm cans are. But let's take some shots and show you guys how quiet it is with 38 Special. That works out really well. Now I've got some 357 Magnum here, and I'm going to run one of these through it. Now, most of, again, the 9mm cans will be rated for this, but you want to make sure. I'm just going to fire one shot through to show you guys what supersonic 357 sounds like. You can hear the crack of the bullet, so I definitely recommend running the 38 Special if you want to be super quiet. Some people even use 9mm cans on a lot of 22s because most of the 9mm cans are very easy to disassemble and clean, unlike rifle cans. So if you want a great jack-of-all-trades can that can do a lot of people will look for that 9mm can right off the bat, especially something like the Dead Air Wolfman if you're really into 9mm carbines. I hope this was a lot of valuable information, and I honestly hope the NFA gets completely gutted and suppressors get pulled off to it. Let me know in the comment section below. Are you guys buying suppressors right now, or are you crossing your fingers and waiting for when they come available to the masses? We've got to call our senators. We got to make a big push. Now let me know what type of can you want me to cover next, because I'm going to be doing a lot more suppressor content because I think you guys want to know more about them, and I love sharing this info. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.